Hello and welcome to another Recruit Live training session. My name's Nicholas and today we're going to go through a couple of tips and tricks for managing candidates lists and improving communication between staff through the utilization of list tags and search agents. Okay, so the first thing is Recruit Live works best when we're working with lists. So under candidate and then lists, manage, we can have a look at the lists that we currently have in place at the moment. Okay, so at the moment we have a couple of different lists. So in here we can see what lists are currently available to me. I can see my lists and I can search for others. So in this case I have a hot list. We can see the criteria for my hot list and when it was updated. Okay, so if I go into my hot list, we can see at the moment I have one candidate listed. We can also change list with the little drop down up here, which allows me to see other lists around me and share lists with other people. Okay, so what this does is this is my list for candidates that I think are amazing and cool. So we're going to add someone to this list. So let's go to a advanced search. Let's go find a core role or core skill. Analytics, data analyst, search. Okay, so now I'm going through Recruit Live through the clean candidates. These are candidates that currently exist in the database and are filled out correctly. I'm going to review a few candidates. Let's see, does this guy have the skills he needs? Okay, so he's got data in his CV. I think he's a crash hot candidate. I've called him, I've checked, he's available. Now we're going to add him to a list. So I'm going to tick the little box over here and we're going to add him or merge him into a list. Okay, so we're going to merge selected and it's going to ask me which list would I like to add them into. So in this case I'm going to add them into my hot list. Okay, so merge. So now that candidate has been successfully added into the list. Okay, so if I was to go into my hot list, I now see that there's two people listed in my hot list. Okay, now there's a few things in here. We can check to see the tags. Okay, and we can also check to see if there's other labels. All right, so the label is generally used if you want to have a callback or a follow-up or a keyword that you want to use. Such as he's looking, or try again, watch out because he's dangerous, whatever it may be, you can add a label. However, the key is to look for tags. So tags become useful if you're a manager and you want to create dynamic searches that can be updated on the fly. Now, how does that work? Alright, so let's go into this guy here and call it a tag of data v1. Okay, alright, save that. Save. Alright, so I can now see that he has data v1 as a tag. What does that mean? Well, that means that I can now create a list with a search agent and be notified if anyone with the tag data v1 is automatically added to that list. Sounds a little bit complicated, but let me show you how it works. So let's say I tell any one of my TAs that they must add a tag for Stuart's TA v1, right? In this case, I've added data v1. All right. Now, if we go back into the lists, okay, cool. We want to manage lists. Okay, so inside here, we have a few different lists, right? In this case, we got Nicholas hot list v1, and the criteria for that is listed here. Now, if we want to edit this hot list, for example, or we want to share it, we can do that. So we can share it with these little share icons up the top here. So we can share it with the manager of the team, for example. Alright, so I might just want to share it with Stuart, for example, and I might want to share it with the branch, and then this little important thing here. share search agent. We're going to tick yes. Okay, save. Now, search agent, sub search agent, allows us to subscribe to this list. That means if any candidate is added or removed from this list, I will then get a notification, and now Stuart will also get a notification that someone has been added. So if I was to add someone to the list, I'd get a notification. Now let's say I want that to happen automatically, because as a manager, I don't want to have to log in and check everybody's list to see that they've added or removed someone. So that's why this seek agent or the search agent comes into it. Now, if I was to hit regenerate, it's going to use the criteria for this list. All right. Now, in this case, I've manually added them, so there's no criteria. But if we're going to create a criteria, so let's create a criteria, and we're going to use that tag we created earlier. Okay. So we're going to create a tag called data v1. Okay, data v1. Okay, search. Okay, so we can see that there's a guy here, data v1 already. There's one record, it took me straight into it. Awesome. That's pretty damn cool that we can find the guy with data v1. Yeah, straight away. But not what we're trying to do. So we're going to go back. And we're going to go search for 2 or 3 other candidates to make this work. I'm going to add this guy here. Add a tag, data v1, save. Okay, now we're going to go back to our list. And let's go to okay, so now we have 2 candidates with the tags data v1. So we're going to save these as data v1 resource 180 role. Okay, so this is, I'm pretending that I'm working on a data role and I'm a resourcer. Okay, I'm going to save that. Okay, so the criteria to make this search, if we click up here, criteria, was the tag data v1. Now let's say I want to automatically add them to this list or remove them from this list without actually doing anything and be notified by that. So let's say I'm working as a TA and I want to add them to lists for my manager or my team lead, and I want them to automatically be notified if someone's added. So in this case, we're going to add a random candidate. We're going to find some more candidates. So if we go back and we view our list first, you'll see that there's 2 people. Okay, so there's 2 people in my list. Search agent, I have the search agent turned on now, and criteria is set for anyone with the tag data v1. So let's go do a basic search or an advanced search. Do an advanced search, and we'll put data analyst. And we're going to search for that. Okay, so we're going to pick this guy over here. And we're going to put data v1 as a tag. So data v1. Save that. Okay, so what will happen now is if we go back to my lists, view list, go back to my hot list or my data v1 list. Okay, so we can see in here the data guys, see in here the data guys. Alright, so now we've added a guy with data v1, right? But he hasn't been added in here. He'll be added automatically. So if we regenerate our list, he will automatically update and tell me that a candidate has been added successfully to my list, okay, because he had the tag data v1. So I haven't had to redo anything. He's now automatically appeared in my list, and I've been notified along with Stuart that the notification has gone through because we set up the search agent. Okay, so someone else has added him to the database. We can find him automatically in the list or remove him from the list with this regenerate and search agent over here.